Hey, good morning. I see 3 people on already. That's fantastic. We'll give it a minute or so to let some other people jump in. Running a little bit behind on the schedule this morning. So we're starting a little bit after 8 a.m., but we will get started soon. Both kids. For today's workout, you'll need a wall, you'll need a floor, and you will need working gravity. So if you need to turn the gravity on at home, go ahead and flip that switch. If you need a water bottle, if you want a mat for floor work, I've got a mat handy here. You might want to have one just in case you want one. We won't need a whole lot of room, but like I said, you'll need a little bit of floor space, and you'll need some space by a wall for the workout today. We dropped down to 2 now. If you need to turn on some motivating music, go right ahead. All right, we're going to start with some work on the mat. Then we're going to move into a circuit of exercises. Mr. Blue Sky? We're going to go from the mat into some work. Oh, okay. We're going to go into some work with our back against the wall. Then we're going to go into some work facing the wall. And then we're going to finish with some work back on the mat again. So it's all floor and wall work today. So we're going to start off with some work on the mat. And what we're going to do with the mat is on all fours, one hand fingertips by your ears, elbow bent. We're going to feed or thread that elbow through underneath and then reach back up as high as you feel like you can, rotating that upper body as you go, opening up that torso, opening up the shoulder, the chest, getting that low back and the thoracic spine loose. You don't want to go too fast on this. Just think control. Let's go 2 more. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to thread that elbow through, reach it up high. Feel that rotation through the upper body as you do that. I gotta say, my low back is a little bit tight today. From workouts and running this week. So this feels pretty good. This is a really good loosener. Let's go 2 more. 2 and 1. From there, on all fours, elbows locked out. You want to do your best not to let the elbows bend on this. I'm going to let my upper body relax and my chest drop down in between my shoulders. And then I'm going to push those shoulders out and away. Relax and drop down, push out and away. Elbows are locked out. So I can feel my shoulder blades sliding around that upper back. Four and 3, 2 and 1. We're going to go one more warm-up exercise, and for this we're going to go into a bridge. Feet are flat on the floor, knees bent. I'm laying back with my head and my shoulders on the floor, and I'm just going to lift up as high as I can, trying to get a straight line from the knees all the way down to the shoulders and then back down. Think of controlling this motion in both directions. Really lift those hips up high. Feel that engagement through the glutes, through the legs. Look at your ceiling and think, boy, that really needs to be cleaned. Don't think about how the ceiling needs to be cleaned. That's just going to stress you out. I want you to relax. Let's go 2 more here. Great. Just a little quick warm up. And now we're going to go into some wall work. We're going to start with work with your back against the wall. If you need to make sure that there's some empty wall space, and we don't need a whole lot side to side, but if you need to make sure there's some empty wall space, make sure that's available right now. I'm going to move my mat out of the way. I'm going to reposition my camera here a little bit, just so you've got a little bit better view of what I'm doing here. Shout out today to Skora, who makes the pullover hoodie that I'm wearing today. Really extremely comfortable. I am not a marketer. I did not get any paid promotions from Skora, but I just really find this very comfortable. In fact, I got this at Marshall's or TJ Maxx or one of the two. But extremely comfortable, really great, lightweight hooded sweatshirt. So we're going to start back to the wall. Feet are just a little bit away from the wall, maybe about 8 inches or so. Your mileage may vary. If you need to go a little bit farther away, you can go a little bit farther away. I'm going to go hands together, palms together like I'm praying. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach down and touch down low, touch up high. Touch down low, touch up high. Working on just touching fingertips to the wall. My hips are connected to the wall, and they're kind of rolling on the wall. So at this point, one side of my hips is on the wall. At this point, the other side is in the wall. And I'm just doing that side to side chopping motion, lifting up as I do that. Try 2 more, 2, and 1, touch. Great. Same thing, other direction. Low on the other side, high up. So I'm going left to right now. Now, if you don't have a section wall, yeah, you can do this with without a section wall. So let's say you've got some kids there and not enough wall space to share, like I know somebody might. The kids can do this away from the wall. I'm going to do this connected to the wall because that's what I have planned. Because we're going walls and floors today. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Second exercise, back against the wall, elbows against the wall. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plant the elbows, I'm going to push my back away from the wall, lower back down. Push away, lower back down. So just like those scapular push-ups where you're letting the chest drop down between the shoulders that we did during the warm-up. Very similar, but the opposite motion. Rather than letting the torso drop down between the shoulders, we're using those elbows to push the torso out and away. Four, three, two, one. Right on. Still keeping up against that wall. We're going to drop down into a wall squat, and I've got my feet right next to each other, really close together. I want to keep a lot of pressure so I'm back into that wall, because I'm going to step side in, side in, side in, side in. Now, Julie, if you're still on there, yesterday you mentioned how you really liked the strength work that we've been doing without the cardio component. So I decided to give you a little treat today, and we're doing just the strength work, no cardio component today. So you're on your own later for cardio. I intend to get on my exercise bike after this and do a little spin workout while I listen to some webinars. 4, 3, 2, 1. Somebody is excited. We're going to go back standing, back against the wall, especially those hips connected. Take a little bit of an athletic stance, just a real soft bend of the knees, hands together like a prayer position. Down, up, down, up. Rotating those hips so they kind of rock and roll against the wall. You primarily want to focus on feeling those abdominal muscles engage all the way across the abs, one side to the other. Feel those ab muscles kick in. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Same thing, other direction. Palms together, down low, up high. Down low, up high. That little rock you're going to feel as those hips rotate into this exercise. Now, Julie, don't expect just pure strength work every single time. Expect probably to come back on Monday with some of those cardio endurance segments again. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Second exercise. Elbows against the wall, upper back against the wall, and hips. Push yourself away, lower back down. Push yourself away, lower back down. Feel those upper back muscles really work. Feel those shoulders really work. All those muscles around the shoulder blades. Two and 1. All right, back down into that wall sit. Feet are close together. It's going to give you the best stability and the ability to maintain that position as you step from side to side. Feel right through here, engage. As you step out to the side, feel right through here, engage. as you step out to the side. Keep that back, those hips pushed into that wall. Four, three, two, one. I saw a comment come up. I will be ready for it come Monday. I hope I will be too. One more time, back to the wall, hips connected, athletic stance. Just a real soft bend in the knees, a little shock absorption. Palms together, down, up, twist. Now, you can do this if you've got a ball, especially like a small weighted med ball. That would add a little bit of a challenge to this exercise if you've got one. But I've been trying to focus as much as I can on, during this whole series of exercises or workouts during the COVID-19 thing, trying to focus on exercises that require no equipment or stuff that I know that pretty much everyone's going to have. And who's not going to have a wall and a floor, right? 3, 2, and 1. Other side. Ready? Here we go. Down low, up high. Like yesterday. Maybe not stuff you would have thought of doing exercise with. We used the stick and we used a strap, but that's stuff that's easily obtainable for people who are stuck at home. And my goal is to show you ways you can get creative with your workouts and not feel like you're getting bored with exercising at home. It's easy to program. We're going to do 2 more. 2 and 1. It's easy to program squats and push-ups for a workout every time. But who gets excited about squats and push-ups every time? Not me. Not that I don't mind. Not that I don't like squats and push-ups. I do. But elbows against the wall, push away. But I enjoy a little variety in my workouts. And 99% of my clients like a little variety in the workouts. Who doesn't like learning a new exercise now and then? I do. Does that mean we don't repeat exercises? Of course not. We're going to repeat some exercises. There's only a finite number. 2 more. 2 and 1. There's only a finite number of exercises that you can come up with without equipment, of course. Down to that wall squat, feet close together, step out, step out. Tight through there, engage through there. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Now, the next 3 exercises, I will need it after all the Easter carbs. Yeah. Next 3 exercises, still using that wall, but this time we're going to do all 3 exercises facing the wall. So we just did 3 exercises facing out away from the wall. This time we're going to do 3 exercises facing in toward the wall. And what we're going to start with, hands against the wall, in a standing plank. What I'm going to do, oh, I have a little sliver. What I'm going to do is I'm going to step a hand and a foot to the side, back in, side, back in. It's a plank walk up against the wall. Now, the steeper you can get your angle, the more challenging this exercise is going to feel. You regulate your own intensity. 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you want more intensity, you walk back. If you need less intensity, you walk in and decrease that angle. We're going to stay with that palms against the wall. Okay? We're going to start with the knee up. We're going to kick back, in. Think that bird dog kind of motion, but this time we're going standing. I want you to think about that leg that's on the floor. Right now, my left leg, which is down on the floor. Keep that flat on the floor. Four, 3, and 2, and 1. Pull it in. Same thing, other side. Start with the knee up. We're going to kick back, pull it in. You might feel those triceps a little bit here, especially if you did a lot of tricep work after yesterday's workout was done. Not naming any names here. Me. 2 more. 2 and 1. Third exercise. Wall facing squats. I'm going to get as close as I comfortably can to that wall. You don't want your toes right up against the wall. Ideally, you want to be able to get just a couple of inches away from the wall. I've got my hands right here. I'm going to go down to a squat and reach for the floor and try to keep my posture as tall as I can without touching my nose to the wall, without touching my knees to the wall. This is a deceptively challenging exercise. It looks super simple, but if your mobility is lacking, if your strength is lacking, if you got a deficiency somewhere, you might feel like you're going to tip backwards on this. If that's the case, step back away from the wall. We're going to do 2 more. 2 and 1. I love that exercise, but like I said, it's not really easy. It is deceptively simple. Looks really simple. It actually is quite challenging. We're going to go back into those 3 wall-facing exercises, starting with hands against the wall, side step in a plank position. Here, here. Remember, your angle determines your intensity. You want more intensity? Get farther away from the wall with your feet. If you need less intensity, decrease that angle by getting your feet closer to the wall. But maintain that nice posture. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping hands against the wall. We're going to kick back, knee in. Kick back, knee in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Same thing, other side. Kick back, knee up. Two and 1. Last one, wall facing squats. Hands in front, as close to the wall as you can be without feeling like you're going to plant into the wall or tip backwards. So if you need to step back a little bit, that's okay. But keep practicing these because your goal is to get as close to the wall as you possibly can. It took me a long time practicing these to feel like I could actually do them right. Down and up. All the way down to the floor if you can. If you need to shorten up that range of motion, that's okay. Do what you're able to do today. Three more. 3, 2, and 1. Get a quick drink of water if you need it. We're going to repeat those 3 wall-facing exercises one more time. All right, ready? Hands on the wall. Side to side plank walk. Here we go. Keep that pressure against the hands. Almost like you're trying to push the wall over. 3, 2, and 1. Hands against the wall. Kick back. Knee up. Three, and 2, and 1. Into the other side. Kick back, pull it in. Going for 12. 2, 3, 4, 8, 10, 11, and 12. Wall facing squats. Last set of these today. Here we go. Down and up. Going for 15. There's 5. There's 10. Three, and 2, and 1. Nice. Those were 3 challenging exercises. And we did it all with just a wall and gravity. So if you got a wall and you've got gravity and you've got a body, and I know all of you do, that's all you need to get some really great strength work right there at home. We're going to finish up with a circuit of 3 exercises on the mat. So if you need your mat, Get that mat handy. If you just got a comfortable carpet at home and you're just working out on the carpet, perfectly okay. Get a sip of water if you need it. Really getting some core work done on this mat. We're going to start, and we've done this exercise before. We did this last week or the week before. Feet flat on the floor, knees bent, elbow planted, just like when we were doing that elbow push-up away from the wall. I'm going to push down on this elbow. I'm going to reach up and punch with that side. Sit up and punch. Sit up and punch. Reaching for the ceiling with that punch. Push down with that elbow to lift your torso up off the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1. Gotta get the other side. Elbow planted against the floor. Punch up toward the ceiling. I'm gonna dig down with the elbow. Punch up. Lower myself back down. Punching up. 3, 2, 1. Second exercise. Kneeling. Start on all fours. Keep those toes down. If you want a little bit more stability, you can actually get those toes planted against the wall. Not necessary for this exercise, but certainly can do it. I'm going to walk my hands out as far as I feel confident going, and then walk right back in. Walk out, walk in. Walk out, walk in. Feel that core engage. Feel those triceps and shoulders engage. Let's go 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Third exercise. We're going to do a mountain climber, but we're going to do this mountain climber in reverse. Getting a little creative. Up into a tabletop, bridging up, out, out, out. So it's the reverse of a mountain climber. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a little breather. We're going to go back into that sit up and punch. Everybody loves a punch, especially a nice Hawaiian punch, right? Elbow planted. Dig down with your elbow to lift your torso up off the floor. We're going to push up with the hand. Boom, and back down. Boom, back down. Four, 3, 2, 1. Back down. Dig those elbows down. Reach up. I just saw a comment pop up. Sure, if rum is involved. Elbow down, punch up. Julie, here's what I'll say to that. If rum is involved, I enjoy the pina colada flavored sodas from Jolly Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Try it and tell me if you don't like it. Starting in all fours. We're going to walk out. In a really extended plank, walk back in. Going for 10. That was 1. If you've got a really slippery floor, you might have to limit your range of motion on this. Out, back in. 4, 3, 2, last 1. Right on. It's on my shopping list. Awesome. Hands down, feet down. Lift those hips up. Reverse climber. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time through that circuit, and then we're going to stretch it out a little bit. To a person that is new to working out, take a day off to rest their muscles. Well, I would recommend taking 1 or 2 days off a week at a minimum. If you feel like you're really fatigued, if you're really sore, if maybe one day you're super motivated to work out and maybe a couple days later you're like, you know what, I'm just not feeling it. I can't do this today. Give it a day. You might be getting a little bit of overtraining syndrome. Sometimes with overtraining, you can feel sore, you can feel tired, you can have a lack of motivation. And if you continue to push through that soreness, tiredness, lack of motivation, sometimes that can backfire on you. I sometimes have to remind clients, you need to take at least a day off, preferably 2 days off for recovery. Even if maybe that recovery is a little bit of an active recovery. So like my chair workouts on Friday, I would consider that more of an active recovery for people who are able to keep up with this kind of a workout. We're not going super intense on that. It's really very focused on mobility, on very light strength, and on balance. So those chair workouts are great for what I would call active recovery. So maybe 1 day of active recovery would be great for you, Julie, but I would absolutely take 1 full day off of exercise, maybe take a walk or something like that, but without doing a workout like this. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not doing these on the weekends, because people need to take at least a day off. So, and if I was doing this maybe on Saturdays, then people who are following one of my other workouts on the weekends might not be getting that day off. So let's go back into that sit and punch now that I've had that little bunny trail aside. But Julie, that was a great question. Thank you for asking that. Elbow down, feet flat on the floor. We're gonna dig down with the elbow, push the torso up, and punch. Feel that shoulder working, feel the abs working as you reach up and punch. Three more. 3, 2, 1. Other side. Elbow down, reach up. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Kneeling plank, walk out. Another thing you can be doing to help those really sore, tired muscles, Julie, is to make sure you're getting plenty of water, like actual water, and not just beverages that have water as a component. So get plenty of water. Make sure you're getting enough sleep at night. Most people, most adults need an average of about 7 hours a night. And right now, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And make sure you're getting enough protein in your diet. And maybe I'll do a blog post, a video blog post about protein and protein requirements. Hands down, walking out of bed, reaching plank, back in, going for 10. Keep those abs engaged. Feel those shoulders, maybe the chest work, maybe the triceps work. Four more. 4, and back in. 3, 2. Last one. Reverse mountain climber. Up, kick out, kick out. Four, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's do a little stretching right here on the mat. I'm going to lay down on my side. I'm going to reach back, grab my opposite foot with my right hand. And I'm going to pull that heel in toward my glute. Same thing, other side. Opposite hand to foot, and pull that foot in toward your backside. Going down into child's pose, sitting back toward the heels, reach way out in front. Once you're there, walk those hands 1 or 2 hand steps over to your right. Feel that stretch down from your shoulder all the way down your side, the side of your back, into the sides of your abs, your obliques. Holding that until you feel those muscles relax. Usually that takes about 20 to 30 seconds. And then we're going to switch to the other side. Walk those hands a couple of steps off center toward your left. Bring it back into center. Sitting down, feet together, hold those toes. Oh, butterfly. A little tight to the inside to the hips there. Nice tall posture. So from the side, here's what I look like. I'm sitting tall and I'm pulling myself in. I'm not slouching into it. Sitting tall, pulling in a little bit to really emphasize the stretch on the insides of the thighs there. That's tight. Boy, once that starts to relax, that feels good. So maybe a few more seconds. Now, we use those hip flexors a little bit today. We haven't stretched them out that much this week, so let's stretch those out. I'm going to squeeze through here. I'm going to tip my hips up and back, like I'm trying to get my belt buckle to point up at the ceiling. I'm going to feel that stretch right here in the front of my hip, deep down into a muscle called the psoas. The psoas directly connects the thigh bone into the core. And when you lift your knee up in front of your body, when you flex that hip and raise that knee, that psoas kicks in. When you're in a seated position and your knees are bent out in front of you and your hips are lifted up out in front of you, like when you're sitting in a chair, that psoas can get shortened up a little bit. It can tighten up and get used to being in that short, tight position. So when you stand up, it tries to stretch, but doesn't quite want to. It pulls you a little bit forward, pulls those hips out of alignment. Your low back will fight to keep you up tall. We're going to switch to the other side here. Squeeze through here and tip those hips up and back. Feel that stretch in the front of the hip there. So that psoas gets used to being short and tight. When you try to stand, it tries to pull you forward. Your low back muscles fight to counteract that. So you get really tight through the low back, really tight to maybe what's called the QL, the quadratus lumborum there. So you get these low back aches, and you're not quite sure where they're coming from because I didn't do anything with my low back. Where's my back hurt? Might be because your hips and your psoas are really tight. Once all this stuff is over, if you're recognizing some of these symptoms in yourself, you know, it would be really great for you to go to get a massage and get some of that tightness through the hips and maybe the quads worked out. If anybody needs a recommendation for a massage therapist, I know a couple of really good ones. I'd be happy to make some recommendations for you. All right. Thank you, all of you, for joining me today. I hope you maybe learned something new during today's workout. Hope these exercises were approachable for you. You were able to scale them up and down as you needed to. And I hope that that maybe some of the endorphins you built up by working out today are helping you feel a little better than when you first woke up. You're welcome, Julie. Thank you. Tomorrow, chair workout, like I mentioned before, is a fantastic opportunity to get some active recovery, to really do some gentle mobility, balance, and really light strengthening work. So if you feel like that's something you need, and I usually need that by Friday, join me for tomorrow's chair workout at 9 a.m. We're going to be using a disc or a frisbee or maybe a little stack of paper plates or just something round, maybe about this big, a plastic chair workout. If you don't have one, you'll be able to do the workout without it. But I think it's going to make it a lot more fun for you tomorrow. So I hope to see you tomorrow during my chair workout. If not, then I will see you Monday for Monday morning's virtual workout number. It'll be 15 because 14 will be the chair workout. Thank you for being here.